RC. I don't need any fatalities. Good morning. Y'all, why do I curl my hair and just end up looking like a founding father? Y'all should have seen the curls earlier. Like, it was like little ringlets of curls. I look like George Washington's great granddaughter. I did my hair because I had to wash it. Good morning. We're in mi casa. Mi casa. Welcome to mi casa. Oh man, I don't feel like painting today. We're not going to paint today. Unless I decide later to do some painting. However, last night I went to Lowe's. I got more paint. Good morning, Stephanie. Mistress Melly, hello. Aaron, good morning. Sunshine. It's gonna be a beautiful day. It's nice already. I got more paint. So got more paint. I'm gonna leave it upside down. Also picked up some fast caulk. I'm gonna go ahead and do this today before I do the second paint of coat because you caulk and then you paint. Also picked up a 2-inch trim and edging brush to get around the gaps. I got hair, I'm sorry. I'm under attack. I got this to get in the trim and to clean this up real nice. Do you see these cracks down here? This is what this caulk is for. We're gonna take that around that and we're just gonna even it up so that it doesn't look so trashy, okay? Good morning, Missy. Drea, hello. Yes, mi casa. Mi casa is a mess, but I'm still trying to do, I wanna get the walls done and then figure out what to do with the ceiling. I was looking at, so I used to do carpentry. To work with wood tints. I was thinking, you know what would look really good, like if I had the money to do it? Hear me out. It would look really good to match that ceiling paneling with this olive door, right? But to really make it pop, do the beams a dark espresso to add a pop of really dark color in here. And you would have 3 colors flowing in this space that you can design off of. So match the ceiling panels, the wooden panels to the door, and then the beams, do those dark espresso. And it would literally just be beam, beam, beam. You'd see those 4 beams dark espresso up there. That would be so pretty. But it's about money. It's about money. I ain't got it. I got the cheapest caulk on the shelf, $4.38. And the cheapest paintbrush. I saw one for $10. I said, not today, Satan. I saw one, so they had one that was like hanging up, and it was $10. And then as I was leaving with that paintbrush, I looked down, and they had a box of these for like $4. I was like, oh, give me the cheap one. Give me the cheap one. And I got the cheapest caulk. This is acrylic latex caulk. Crack resistance, waterproof, won't shine through paint, 50-year warranty on it. I just want to do some of the gaps. Like this hole right here. I don't know what the hell could come through that, but it's big enough for me to put my pinky finger through. So if it's big enough for me to put my pinky finger through, a snake could come through that. We're gonna caulk that and then we're gonna paint it, okay? It looks like somebody started and then that's literally the only caulking on the whole building. I don't know. Ugh. Anyone coming here that I can tell is a fake account, you'll be blocked immediately. Good morning, Christy. Good morning, good morning. How are you doing? You missed the spot. I didn't caulk this. If I would have caulked this, there wouldn't have been no spots missed. It's my she shed. I bought a car yesterday. Oh, congratulations. That's exciting. Honestly, you want to hear something funny? Things like buying a car used to be exciting. It's not anymore. The economy has stolen the joy out of purchasing luxury items such as a home or a car. Like when I first started buying cars, good morning, Lafayette. You could get finance rates for like 1%. Do you know these youngins are out here signing for 20-25% on these cars? Let's think about that. Let's say it's a $100,000 Escalade, because that's what they cost now. Let's say it's a $100,000 Escalade and they're signing at 18%. And this is why everybody's broke. And that's been going on for years. Actually, Kia takes the cake when it comes to finance rates. They have the worst. I've seen as high as 28% on a brand new Kia or Mazda. It's literally the top two worst rated cars on the road. And you walk into the dealership wanting one, and they have the worst finance companies that hit these people with these high ass interest rates. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. I will never purchase a new car again. And I've purchased a dozen, so I will never go down that route again. I played Uncle Sam's game for 20 years. I will never do that again. I will buy used everything till I die. It's so expensive. And then the maintenance, that's what really got me. So I bought the nice new Chevy, in 2021, when the economy was still okay. We were all going back to work. Things were up and up. We were hopeful. And then the recession came. And the maintenance on that vehicle after 4 years, it's been crazy. I put $250 sensors on the tires right before I handed the truck back over to the finance company. A $1,200 AC unit. It was one thing after another. $600 headlights. I probably put a dozen damn brand new tires on that truck in 4 years. I was going through like 3 to 4 sets of tires a year living out of the car. This is what they don't tell you, because you live out of it. You're in it. You got to drive from here to there. You're going to be going through tires like you cannot believe. And I was buying them used, and it was still costing me thousands of dollars a year in maintenance. A new tire for a Chevrolet will run you $300. That's what, $1,200 every go around. Imagine doing that 2 or 3 times a year because you live out of it. Plus the other maintenance. Regular oil change. An oil change will run you $160 in a Chevrolet Silverado nowadays. Imagine doing that 3 or 4 times a year. So this is why I have a she shed now, because I couldn't afford car life. This is temporary. I don't know how long this will last. I'm not moving my property in here because this is uncertain. I'm probably doing all of this work. Hopefully not for nothing. I plan to bring a mattress in here and sleep, and to film content in here. We'll see. We'll see. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Yes, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it, Rick? I think it would make it pop. So imagine this color olive on this door, on those right there, that paneling matches the door, but the beams is an espresso. Do the beams, dark espresso. I've seen the tint, I know how to use it. Do the ceiling to match the door, olive. And then from back here, you can see how it'll pop. Just imagine those beams match, or the, what's it called? I am done. It's too early. Have I even had coffee? What the, what kind of wood is that? What is wrong with me lately? It is too early to get Alzheimer's. I would, is this onset? Whatever kind of wood that is, that's that cheap. What is wrong with me today? What is wrong with me? Hopefully you'll be okay there. Clearly I'm already breaking down. Hey, Miss GT500. I don't know what that wood's called, but anyway, imagine that painted the olive and then those beams, those rafters painted espresso. What the hell is that wood called, y'all? Plywood. Thank you so much, Israel. Thank you. Plywood. Imagine the plywood matching the olive door and then espresso beams. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the damn can of espresso, I would need a big one to, because I would have to tint those. It's a wood stain, so I'd have to get up there and stain it, which I've done before. I know how to work with stain, but like, I would need the big container, and it's gonna run about $30. Plus some other materials, like the thing you need to apply the stain, any kind of rags, yeah. I don't know. It'd be like a $50 project to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'd probably actually do that half, which sucks that I painted that. Fuck. I wasn't thinking about it till after. I guess I could paint it. Well, actually, I like the white. I like the way that it actually reflects. Never mind. I'm gonna keep that white. So it'd just be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 beams for damn $50. Who got that? Who got that? What the hell? Lord have mercy. Okay, I need coffee, y'all. Yeah, I might start on this caulk. I'm a little indisposed this morning. I just, my wrist still hurts, so I'm just trying to take it easy. And that's espresso. Good morning. Yeah, definitely gonna need a dehumidifier if it works out long term, because I've already had a mold problem. This paint is specifically designed for a kitchen or a bathroom, and I did that intentionally to try to not let the mold in, okay? There's been a mold problem in here. This was a storage unit for 20 years, over 20 years, because I pulled clothes out of here that were from the early 2000s. So, and I modeled them on my channel. You can go see them. There was a lot of Hollister, American Eagle pants, Timberland, True Religion, Tommy Hilfiger. It was kind of cute, actually. I haven't put vinegar on those clothes yet. They're bagged up in a different bag. I dried them and then backed them up in case they did still smell. So anyways, yeah, this was a storage shed, and everything I pulled out of here, even if it was wood, had mold on it. And the thing about that is, if you take something that is moldy, let's say that a couch was in here and it had mold on it, and then you go and you take it in a home, well, that entire home, now you're risking exposure to mold in the home, because you just transferred. That's what cross-contamination is. You've just transferred something. It's like roaches, okay? You go into a laundromat, you set your laundry bag down on a communal laundromat floor. The person next to you has roaches out of their bags, then crawl into your bags, lay eggs, and then you take it home. So exciting. Now you have an infestation in your home. It's the same thing. So everything that was in here went in the trash that had mold on it, that stunk. I got this paint as a preventative for a kitchen and a bathroom, hoping. So there was an infestation of ants, so I had to get that out. That was fun. Then I bombed the place 3 times. Then I bleached everything, washed the walls, come back with Fabuloso, and even like drenched the floor. I've scrubbed it, I've swept it, I've everything. And I figured that this paint for the kitchen, where does it say it? So it's mold and mildew proof. It's supposed to be kind of like a 2-in-1, but it acts as a sealant as well against moisture, in my opinion. Listen, I'm not a paint expert, okay? I don't know. I'm not a paint connoisseur. That would be my best guess, judging by the packaging. So it's got 5-year mold and mildew proof paint film. Like I was saying, kind of like a sealant film, paint film. So withstands moisture and stains, scrubbable, washable, self-priming. And this is satin. Oh shit, I could have got this dyed. I think you can probably get all of them dyed through the Lowe's department. We don't read directions, we just, yeah. Pretty self-explanatory if you know how to paint. I need to, that's the good stuff. I hope so, I hope so. The first coat went on pretty well. It's a little uneven, but that's because that is rough cut lumber. That's the thing about plywood, is you're gonna have this runoff, like this stuff where you can see through it. I'm hoping that second coat, I think that second coat will cover it. And if not, it still looks better than it did. Y'all saw it before, it looked disgusting. Now it looks like livable. Even with the hardwood floor, it's like, okay, it's a step up from prison, a step down from an actual home, you know? Like, it's like the barn. It's like, it's modern day House on the Prairie. There's lights, we got a heater. It's modern day House on the Prairie. We got floor, we're not eating down, we're not stomping around in dust like they used to be. I mean, they used to just build houses like this on the ground. Your floor was the ground. Imagine that. It is looking good. I like it too. Thank you, Albert's Fur Farm. Albright's. Albrights? Albright. I'm still trying to get down fatality. I did it. Fatality. Fatality? Is that how you say it? Is that the proper way? Albright's Fur Farm. I love that. Let's see if we can get the end off of this. I'm joking. I'm joking. I got a knife. I don't know if it'll work, but I'm wondering where I should start. And I'm wondering if I want to do the ceiling. Like, do I just want to do, how far is this going to go? How much will this do? With 30 feet. Lord have mercy. All right, 12 by 10. 12 by 10. So that'd be 120 feet, right? Y'all know I get anxiety when I try to do math, and then I always put my foot in my mouth. 10 times 10. Yeah, that'd be 120. So 120 feet. This is only gonna do 30 feet, but I'm not doing the whole damn floor. You know, where it is sealed, it looks really cute. You see how somebody started sealing and then they stop? I'm just gonna do I'm just gonna seal it. I'm just gonna seal everything. I kind of want to start over here for some weird ass reason because my ADHD. Because I want to get that hole because it's creeping me out. Big ass hole right there. Look at that. What is that? I'll tell you what it is. It's the perfect spot for a snake to come through. Even if it's a baby one. Can you imagine waking up to a baby snake? And I'm going to be on the floor. So if he comes out there, he's going to be on my face. I'm thinking ahead. Let's see, I want to go at an angle. Yeah, cut it on the brand new paint job, Brooke, because, you know. So I took it at an angle, but I actually took it at like a cake angle, like a piping tool. I'm gonna stick down in there and just squirt. An artificial back line and then come through, like I piped in like little pockets of it, and then I'm gonna come through into an actual line. But this thing, oh, it's kind of, I need one of them piping kids, one of those guns. I used to have one, but I don't know where it went. This shit ain't coming out. I ain't got the hole wide enough. Lord. So it's got these little nodules on there. Hey. Come on, man. Yeah, I'm gonna need that gun thing, y'all. Oh, I forgot. Never mind. Sometimes it's been a long time since I forgot. Yeah, so that looks better. I am gonna go up with it, but right now I'm gonna leave it. So you can always use your finger. Wow, I fixed it. Go me. I got this extra caulk. I'm gonna fill in that line right there. That actually looks fine, so I'm probably not coming through here because it looks good. I am gonna go up once I get done with all the bases, the baseboards. Canada, hey Dan, good morning. Yeah, I was panicking because the opening wasn't wide enough, and then I'm like, it's been a while since I caulked. I forgot to just throw my finger down there and even it out. I was looking for it. They make a tool where you can even out corners. And I'm like, damn, I need one of them tools. So those are done. Is that side done? That side's done too. Okay, so, here we go. I guess I'm gonna start down. See, you can see down here, somebody started a caulk down there in that corner, and then they quit. Hey, we got caulking today. Any holes I see, I'm gonna fill in too, like right here and right there. Those are screw holes from where it was built. Just shove a bunch of this down in there and even out the surface, so when I paint it, it'll look really good. Use it like a wood, like a wood glue. I mean, like a wood. Shit, I can't, y'all. Wood putty, wood putty. Redneck renovation. Cause we don't get no vacations. So somebody did caulk here that's already started to break away. So I'm gonna fill in the gaps and just even this shit back up so it don't look tacky. Redneck renovation is wonderful as long as it don't look like redneck renovation. Okay? That's the secret. It can't look like it. Fill in the gaps. Even that shit out. Stick it everywhere. Here, you wanna bite? No, don't put this in your mouth. I'm a bad influence. And this is how the Tide Pod Challenge started. I mean, legally, yes, I'm still homeless. Speaking of which, I wanted to talk to you guys about that. It's really crazy to me how people in modern society doesn't understand homelessness. Even though this is a roof over my head, I do not have a bathroom, I do not have a shower, I do not have a kitchen, I won't have any way to cook food. It's still going to be difficult. I'll have this place to sleep at night, but this is not somewhere for me to be 24/7. So, I'm still homeless. I won't freeze to death this winter because I'll have this place when it gets super cold, but by law, I'm still homeless. People don't understand that, like, currently right now, I could not enroll in school. I could not, there's certain things I can't do because I don't have an address, because I'm still homeless. I do not have a mailing address here. I cannot receive mail here. I cannot put this as a residence on a driver's license in order to obtain a driver's license so that I can look for a job, so that I can get a car. Do you understand? Yeah. People really just, it's really a lot more complex than what people think. They see me in a building and they just assume that I have a home now. That's not the case. That is not the case. I'm actually quite exhausted from living like this so many times. The amount of times that I've had to start over like this because of other people's actions is just so disheartening. Good morning. Yeah. Good morning, Derry. Yes, I have shelter, not a home. Big difference. Thank you, Colleen. Thank you. And like I said, I can't even receive packages here, mail here, nothing like that. So I'm filling in these holes from the screw, the wood screws. All right, we're gonna come back through and do these gaps in a minute. I want to go to the other side because my ADHD makes me just bounce around. Yeah, I'm trying to. I think I was looking at this side and I did so good on that side. Like, and then like over here, you can see like that's where I first started. And then come over here and look how bad it is. It's like, I was so tired by the time I got over here. I was just over it, I was just slapping it on the wall. When they're painting the roses in Alice in Wonderland. And they're all sloppy with the paint. Yeah, that was me. Filling up these wood screw holes with this caulking. I didn't want to have to spend more money on wood putty and sandpaper because ain't nobody got time for that. This is temporary. Very temporary. I just, after there was an infestation in here, it just makes you feel so much more comfortable to like desanitize it after bombing it and then filling in all these holes that you don't know where they come from or go to from the outside, because this is plywood and on the other side of this is roofing. So it's not like it's, I don't know, a home. It just makes you feel better to put up some paint, clean it, and try to make it feel more like a living space. I would typically fill this in with wood putty and then come back through and sand it if it was a finished surface. This is a subsurface, so when working with wood, this is your subwall. The kind of carpentry that I did, we would come in and cover these walls with very elaborate, fancy wood, expensive stuff. We actually did a lot of business centers in Charlotte, like Honeywell, Bank of America Stadium. We worked with luxury wood and we did subsurface, or the outer surface. So finish is what it's called, the finished surface. But I grew up poor with parents that used me like a workhorse. So I pretty much, if you're a millennial, we come from a different generation where we were actually taught to do things ourselves. We were actually raised outside. I remember helping my grandmother. It was actually my great-grandmother and my grandpa. They always grew vegetables, and then my mom would have a garden, and looking back, I hated it as a kid because mom would always have us outside shoveling mulch, shoveling gravel, planting flowers, up in the woods, digging ferns out of damn wooded areas and shit, and I'm like, what the hell? I hated it as a kid, but I look back now and I see how all of that stuff I didn't want to do installed values and skills intrinsically, you know? I definitely have the attitude that I can, just put me in, coach. And like, that's really where like the young youth are struggling today. They're scared to like, they'll load the gun, but they're scared to fire it. And I've dated people like that before. It's really sad to watch people have a dream, but not take the initiative with their dream. They're scared to fire the gun. I mean, they're taking their mommies to job interviews. I mean, we really need to have a conversation, y'all. I swear to God, listen. I would not be able to hire somebody that brought their mommy to a job interview because I'm gonna be laughing, okay? I'm gonna be on the floor, like literally rolling with tears and snot coming out my face because I cannot control my laughter. I'm gonna sound like a mix of a hyena and an out of breath elephant, okay? Seriously. We need to have Oh, and then, bless his heart, y'all. Y'all see everything coming out about the shooter from Minnesota? Now, listen, I'm grateful. So if you've been here from the beginning, you know that I've been one of the people. One of the things that kind of got my channel off the ground was talking about how trans children are being abused through the medical industry. And lo and behold, if you haven't noticed, all of these kids have started coming forward talking about their detransitioning stories. And I watched one girl give a speech at some seminar the other day. It was a medical seminar, and I'm literally getting chill bumps. I literally started my day with that yesterday. I watched that first thing, and I literally sobbed for 20 minutes. I don't even want to talk about it. I mean, I get choked up because it's just, I thought that it would take 30 years to get where we're at today. I thought it would take 30 years. It took, 60 years to realize eugenics was bad. It took 100 years to realize that mental hospitals were abusive and they actually were implementing torture and using patients as guinea pigs. It's part of the reason they got shut down. We do need to open those back up, but we need to shift the way that we handle, mental health patients and people who are struggling with drug addiction. But look how long it took to realize that a lot of things were really bad. I thought that it was going to take 30 or 40 years for these children to grow up to start telling their stories. But as it just so happens, they are screaming from the tops of buildings all of a sudden come the middle of 2025. It's been detransition story after detransition story that has popped up. It's like the gate has opened. It's like someone gave the green light to go ahead and start putting these kids in the spotlight. A lot of these children are still children. We're talking about 17, 18, 19, 20 to 30-year-old people talking about how the medical industry, how psychiatry, clinical psychologists, teachers, how the government brainwashed them into having a sex change, and now they are dissatisfied. I don't know who gave the green light for this, but I am here for it because I really thought that it was going to take 30 or 40 years for these children to have a voice. I will literally cry right now. It makes me so angry. And the longer I watch this take place, I realize what the plan was all along. In my opinion, my generation was the first generation for them to see, them being the government and big farm and the medical industry, how far they could go with medications. When I was a child, I was pumped full of medicine from the age of around 4 to my teenage years. Most of my childhood, I was in mental health facilities, foster care, group homes. I was moving every 6 months to a year. And during those movements, I would be on mental health drugs. And every so often, every 3 to 6 months, they would change those drugs. I don't remember half of my childhood because of that. As I'm watching this unfold with these children who have been victims of medical professionals who guided them in the direction of a sex change as a child, it reminds me of my own experience with Big Farm and the government. CPS had custody of me as all of this was going on. That is the government. The doctors, clinical psychologists, therapists, they were pumping me full of the drugs. That's also the government. They actually work together. So, they're best friends. So, there was no one to stop this from happening. My parents could not say, stop the medication, we don't want her on this. That would have never happened because CPS had custody. In my opinion, my generation was the first generation to see how much they could get by with children. I was used as a guinea pig. They pumped me full of drugs. They taught me to be violent. They gave me more drugs as an adult. It's crazy. It's really crazy. And now these children were also given drugs, the transitioning children. They were also given drugs. But a step farther. And then this time, they decided to mutilate their bodies. I really thought it was going to take 30, 40, 50 years for these children to grow up, to have a voice, and I am here for these children to tell their stories, the horrors of what they've been through. And let me just tell you, there are tons of new videos that dropped this past week and the week before that. I'm talking, there's probably 100 of them out there, you guys. Every time I turn around on my For You page, it's just another kid at some seminar talking about how they and their parents were brainwashed into thinking that this was the best thing for them medically. And that is a lie. All of the science completely contradicts what these medical professionals are doing. This is like eugenics. I don't know what else to compare it to. Y'all might remember some horrible things that the MK Ultra, MK Often. In my opinion, my generation was to get society, you know, when we're talking about grooming, that comes in many forms. Our government is grooming you. Our government starts grooming us from the time we are born. That is what school is for. That is conditioning. That is to teach us to be agreeable. The government used my generation to condition and groom society into being comfortable with the mutilation of children through Big Farm. And then Gen Z comes along and they take it a step farther and they convince them that they would be happier with spending $150,000 approximately through hormones and the full sex change. They convince them that they'd be happier if they spend this money to become someone else. And as it just so happens, as the data and science had already previously shown, the fit's hitting the shan. Thomas Crooks, I might sit down one day this week and write out a list, because I can list off about 30 shooters that were trans that the media has covered up in the past 4 years. This is an epidemic of children that have been abused through our government and medical professionals, and now they're snapping because they don't know who they are. They have no identity. Your confidence comes from your identity. These kids are so confused. And you know the saddest part? A lot of these kids were actually raised in Christian Catholic schools. If that doesn't tell you that they are screaming from the tops of buildings that what they know what happened to them was wrong. And they're sitting there wondering why all these adults, let me tell you, I'm literally getting chill bumps. This is a full circle fucking moment. They're wondering why all of these adults out here did not protect them. It makes me sick. And people say I don't fucking support trans people. I do. What I don't support is children. What I don't support is children being used to make money. Children being harmed. Because I was one of those children, and look at my life. Makes me sick. I'm going to stop talking about that, but because we're on a positive note today, but it makes me sick. People that actually need to transition, like Blair White, she's made it perfectly clear that that's what works for her. And you know, she made that decision as a mature teenager. Completely different world. 2000s, the early 2000s when she started transitioning, different world. She made that choice. And that's what worked best for her. I support actual trans people. I do not support children who have been brainwashed to make money. And then they're out here killing children. Actual innocent. I mean, I see both sides. I see both sides. And this is what I was worried about last year. And I really need an editor because last year I made the prediction that this was going to happen. Specifically, trans kids were going to snap and start committing mass shootings. I said that. Makes me so mad. You know how I know? Because when you become of age around 18 and you've been toyed with your whole life, you don't know who you are. And so you get mixed up in the wrong things. And sometimes on a bad day, you mix a little bit of Xanax with some alcohol and you decide to get into a fist fight with two girls. You go over to their house, you kick in the front door, you stab them almost to death. You die yourself. You're in a coma for a week, and when you wake up, the SBI is in your face. Yeah, that was me. When I was 18, and I had no one, and I felt so used and abused and alone, and afraid and behind. And all I had was drugs and bad people and bad influences. And I made poor decisions. And I'm glad that, you know, I'm glad I didn't grow up with Gen Z because I would have been one of those girls that cut off my tits and took hormones. 100%. I'm already a tomboy. I've always like not felt like part of the girls' clique. But at the same time, I can't be part of the guys' clique because I'm too cute, so it just goes south quickly and it sucks, you know? So I would have been one of those people willing to change my exterior just to be able to fit in with my friends. Sorry. Hello, Dre, I'm gonna read this. It really, y'all don't understand. See, that young Gen Z crowd that's been brainwashed and fed these lies from the tablecloth, they come here and they say that I don't support the LGBTQ+, but I come from a different generation where we're more logical and practical, and I do support the LGBTQ+. However, I draw the line when it comes to children. That community started misbehaving when they started involving children. Okay, I support gay marriage, but you know why? And it's kind of crazy because, like, I don't think it's a good thing that they do it, but if they want to do it, they should be allowed to do it because free will. That's the whole point of us being here, is to have free will and to make our own decisions. And so if they want to get married, whatever. I think it's stupid to overturn it. It's been on the books for how long for them to be able to marry each other, and now the Trump administration, listen, we got real problems. It really bothers me. We got real problems. You know, that's another thing, Colleen. These shooters' parents are now coming into the light. A lot of them have BlackRock ties and other ties to huge companies. You know, a lot of these kids come from privilege, actually. They're not, like, hurting, you know? Ugh. I really need one of those. My hair's in my face, y'all. I really need one of those piping tools. We're just gonna wing it, boss. Hey. I kind of want to blend these in a little better. I don't want it to really look like there's caulk there, but I want it sealed just like whoever did this to start with. Whatever. Here, I'll show you. You know, it sounds like, Robert Westman was extremely angry at his mother, you know, at everybody. He was not happy about his transition. And the reason I'm calling him a him is because he was not happy being Robin. Okay? He wanted to be Robert, but they had turned him into Robin, and then he was so damn confused. And this is exactly what I predicted. Somebody please, like editor, please. I could be making bank this morning. I told you so. I told you so. I mean, there's literally like 10 videos of me talking about how this could happen. These kids snap. I thought it would take 30 years. I said in 30 years, when all these kids come out, damn, I'd really be ahead of the curve. I thought I was behind in the races. It turns out I'm winning. I didn't even know it. No, it's sad. I'm not, you know, I'm laughing to make light of my Nostradamus predictions, but like, you know, I'm laughing to ease the burn. Sad. Like he was screaming. And Thomas Crooks, Audrey, and I can't think of her name, the Covenant Tennessee School female shooter. There's been a bunch. Like I said, when I get time, you can't tell I'm a little preoccupied. When I get time, I will come up and compile a list of the ones that have been confirmed to be trans identifying shooters. It's just, I mean, it's sad. It's like, you know, a lot of these people, if we look to the parents, we can see exactly why this took place, because, you know, the parents are the primary reason that these people are getting wrapped up in this. You know, that one, damn, where I get to that one, Robert, ain't it crazy to see how his mama was a school teacher, like a Christian school teacher? How does that happen? I'll tell you how. Media. Do you know most of the women in this town, I'm in a mountain town, these women are all liberal around here. That's why I was kicked out of the bank and Food Line, and that's why they don't agree with me politically, okay? Like, I'm a pretty conservative. They're the complete opposite. Of course they're gonna hate me. I just really didn't want to think that adults behave that way, but I've learned that they do. It's really sad. I feel bad for people. Imagine having a job, a good job at the bank, and you're chasing some homeless woman down the street. That's what, I got that on camera. After you robbed her, you robbed a homeless woman, and then you care more about the fact that this homeless woman talked about it on the internet, and so you go find this homeless woman to air out your grievances after work. That's literally what happened. I just was under the impression that when I grew up, adults were gonna act like adults. And as it just so happens, people just suck, okay? And because of free will, people suck, all right? Sorry, my messages weren't coming up. Sorry, you guys. This is how we do it. Na 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 na. Yo, hey, good morning, Flutterby. Weirdly, that David guy was a student at the school shoot and ran for Democrat leadership. At the Dollar Tree, they have a rubber edge for that. Yeah. I honestly don't feel like going into the Dollar General today. Dollar Tree. Hey, Angie, good morning. We caulking. Doing a little caulking. Yeah. We caulking. it blends really good. I picked the right color because you gotta make sure you get the right color. I'm actually killing it. I don't know if you can see, but that's even. Even Steven. They're getting here. Even. I need one of them damn thingy-madoodles. So I just do a line, and I go through and even it out with my finger and take off the excess. And I come over here, the excess up down here. Hey, I got that done today. Miss no corners. That one's already been done. There's the caulk on my finger. Alright. Well, she looking good. See how clean that looks. Ooh, this heater gonna run me up out of here, girl. Whew. Either I'm going through menopause or this damn little thing from 1980 something works good on my back. Oh, I ain't worked out in like 3 days. My lower back hurts when I don't work out. Damn it. Shit. This girl is on fire. I thought I was about to get lit up. Alright, coffee break. There's paint in there. There's paint in there. It's a piece of paint. Listen, I spent 2 days huffing paint. I think the least of my worries is gonna be damn. Oh shit, there's wood screws at the bottom. Damn it. Shit, of course there are. Of course there are. I gotta get those holes down there. Yeah, I don't know who did this shit, but they don't know how to work with caulking down because they got like lines, like they got drippage back here and stuff. It's hard to even get in here. Shit's all uneven. Who? There we go. Can you see right here? Sorry. I ain't worth down. Trying to fill in this gap right here. Whoever laid it. Gap two. This girl is on fire. Alright. Oh, there's a hole there too. What the hell? See if I can pull that up. Okay, next. Well, it'll look nice in here. Once I get this finished and repainted. I don't know how long it'll take me. You're on my bicycle. Oh God. Over here. Damn. Squeezing this thing's about to kill my arm. Probably too much. Squeezing this thing's killing me. I should have got one of those damn thingy-madoodles. It's like a, I don't know what it's called. It squeezes everything out for you. Sometimes it's better to just work with fingers. Where's the towel? There it is. Next. Good morning, lovely Cosmo. Jummy, did y'all have a good Labor Day? I did. We painted all day long. Sure did. The gaps in that look so bad. I'm gonna hit it with a paintbrush. It'll be fun. Yeah, we painted. That's what I did for Labor Day. Painted. It was fun. Sweet. Dude, I did it. We were caulking because I've got to do another coat of paint. I think that's all I'm going to caulk, y'all. The holes at the bottom for sure. And any holes, I think that's all I'm going to caulk is just so like when you're at eye level, it looks good. The rest of it will be fine. You know what I mean? Because like this is eye level. So I think just caulking around that is fine. Because that's the only thing you're going to be able to like really see. You know, there's no reason to like caulk the roof and stuff like this. And that would be expensive. I went through half of that tube already. So, almost half. So it wouldn't be practical to caulk all of that. But that's at eye level, so it just looks a little cleaner. I think that looks good. I gotta do the holes in the floor. Thank you, Flutterby. Are you making a change for winter? I know yesterday you said that you were going to be making some changes, like van life or RV life wasn't the best. It's not. It's so difficult. People don't understand. Ow, I'm sick of getting on the floor. Oh God, my back hurts, y'all. I need to work out. Moving back to NC. Thank you, Angie. I'm glad that I had a little bit of like disposable money. Not really disposable, it was actually savings. I'm glad that I could do this. Cause I didn't know what I was gonna do this winter. Things sometimes go from bad to worse. Oh, God. Just bicycles all in the way. Oh, actually, damn. I just got caulk on my bicycle. Good morning, Tammy. We are caulking today. Getting the place ready. A little bit of effort goes a long ways. It's my paintbrush from yesterday. We're gonna have to do a second coat. I'm still trying to figure out how I want to do that. If I want to roll it and then trim, touch up the trim, or I don't know. I have no idea. I guess I'll come up with a game plan eventually. I'm just glad to have the first coat on. It's not perfect, but it was a day and a half work. Well, actually, yeah, a day and a half. It took me a day and a half to paint it. That's not bad, right? I'm filling in all these holes from the wood screws. Any kind of holes I see. I have a job. Oh, thanks for supporting my channel. Wood screw. Wood screw. Please like this video for a free way to support your girl. Thank you, thank you. Alright. I'm looking for the wood screws. Alright, I'm gonna make this. And maybe one. Uno. 111. If you come around here getting on my last nerve. Making sure to shove it down in there. Because if you don't fill up the hole and an air pocket gets back there, when it starts to dry, it'll just open back up. So you gotta make sure you shove it down in there, okay? Make sure to completely fill up the hole. I'm only looking for like screw holes, really. Oh, there's some. Y'all, my belly's growling. I had a damn egg sandwich for breakfast on a piece of rye. It was like just a fried egg with rye. I'll get those down there first. I have two big ones right here. Yeah, I'm grateful my parents raised me to be resourceful. It sure did suck when I was a kid. While everybody else had like a normal childhood, I was slaving away for my parents, but now you can't. Now you can't, now I won't trade it for anything, because like I can build stuff, I can do what I need to do. I will survive. Hey, hey, hey. Let's bug. Alright, just make sure there are more screw holes. Everything's looking good. I think I'm done with this. Oh, my breath. That extra stuff on my finger. Caulking. We was caulking and talking. Caulking, caulking, caulking. Where's the lid? Oh, God. Where's the cap, homie? Okay. Whew. Well, that went well. Oh, didn't it? We got it done. I don't feel like painting today. I need to. What if I don't want to? You ever just don't want a life, okay? Some days you just don't want to life. I wish your head was on a swivel that followed me. It's not a big building to cover, but for some reason, I can't seem to get that down. Shit, that didn't help nothing. Yeah, I had those days a lot. Here recently, a lot more. Especially with it getting colder, you know? Freaking caulking. I ain't even got a chair in here. How am I supposed to chill with y'all if I ain't even got a chair? This upside down. So instead that it's on the bottom, I'll shift it to the top and then I'll shake it up. I don't know if I want to eat and then try to paint or what. It's a nice day. Let's see what the weather's going to be. Is this going to hold my ass up if I sit on this? Okay. Let's see what the weather is. Good morning, y'all. Thank y'all for helping me caulk. Welcome to Caulk and Talk. Oh, better be careful. Welcome to Caulk and Talk with Brooke, your host, who is a exterminator, horticulturist, psychologist, ex-con artist. I wasn't a con artist. I was just a con. Ex-con. You know, I was never a con. I was just a felon. There you go. I was just a felon. I was an ex-convict, but I was never like a con artist. You know, you gotta be specific. You gotta be specific. It matters. Newsflash, lots of good people go to prison. Yeah, I've met a lot of really good people in prison. I did 8 years altogether, from juvenile to adult. So that would combine all of the years that I've done. I did almost a decade, and I met so many good people. It really sucks. You meet some of the best people. It's crazy. It's really crazy. So it's going to be 75 today. 67% humidity, sunny. It's going to be beautiful. I need to go cook some food and get in the mood to live life. I'm just stressed. I guess we all are. Well, I thought we were until I see some lady the other day posting videos on Inside Edition. So there's this new trend that's taken place, and it's called a bed party. A bed party. At first I was like, oh, those are orgies. No, this is actually, these bed parties are, we couldn't have called it like the college versary, or I don't know. So it's about students going off to college. Why they decided to call it bed party is because what they do is seniors who are going off to uni, the parents decorate their beds with thousands of dollars worth of university merchandise to where the student's going to be going to, but also balloons, flowers, gifts, cards, money. I've seen some over-the-top elaborate bed parties. First of all, I thought we was all struggling out here. Second of all, why does society constantly come up with shit for parents to do and spend money on? Like, parents are already broke. We stressed about birthday parties. We stressed about Easter baskets. We stressed about Christmas. And then they literally, college, do you know how expensive school is? And society just comes up with more frivolous spending so that they can take pictures for Instagram and look cute. I would not recommend any parent feeding into this behavior. You're actually breeding a demon, okay? Kids they do not appreciate shit anymore, okay? They're ungrateful, okay? So to facilitate this behavior in one student, this one girl that's on Inside Edition, if you want to know where to see these elaborate bed parties for colleges, you can see a 3-minute video on Inside Edition here on YouTube. One parent said that they spent $3,000 on this bed party for their senior who was going off to FSU, which is Florida State. So, you know, tuition there is not cheap. It's a prestigious college, one of the best. And it's crazy that parents facilitate this behavior. And then they wonder why their kids are needing more and more and more and more. And at the same time, these poor children are not actually being given the skills and education that they actually need to stand on their own 2 feet. And that's why they're crashing out when they get out of college, in my opinion. So, and half of them are not even getting out of college, like Brian Koberger, Matthew Crooks, like they're just dropping out and then crashing out. Like, so you know, the societal pressure on these young people was already too much in the 80s. My poor parents were a victim of societal pressure. You're 18, time to get married, time to get knocked up, time to get a job, time to go to college. Let me tell you something. It didn't end well for my parents, okay, taking society's advice. It didn't end well for them. And it didn't end well for me either. So maybe don't take society's advice, think outside of the box, and don't facilitate raising a hellion. I mean, $3,000 for balloons and t-shirts? You got me all the way up. Yeah, all the way up, okay? If I wish, do you understand that I couldn't even have went to my parents and asked for something so ridiculous. They probably would have whooped my ass. Like literally, like punch me in the face type of shit. That's crazy. It's crazy talk. Crazy talk. And then we wonder why we have little gangs of 10-year-olds rolling into Sephora, messing up all the samples, destroying all of the displays. Parents are raising their children to be brats. I'm sorry. It sucks. You know why I say this? Because the government says that I'm not allowed to be a parent. So since the government says that I'm not allowed to be a parent, I'm going to put my 2 cents in. And this is my opinion. It's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, so that's the new thing you have to look forward to. If the Sweet 16 and wanting a brand new car and a brand new iPhone and then all of the expenses that come along with high school life, because school is expensive, it really is. Like, you know, especially like Spirit Week. Like, where do you want me to come up with all of this shit? Do you think I have an attic with shit from 1969 up there? Like, Spirit Week is insane. Like, you have to spend some money unless you've got a bunch of shit laying around the house. You know, so like, for those that don't know what Spirit Week is, it's like every day of the week they have to dress up as a different era or a different, I mean, sometimes it'll be stuff like masquerade. What? Sorry, I haven't been to Transylvania lately. I don't have any masquerade stuff laying around my house. Like, so here we go off to Walmart, you know, $30 for one day at Spirit Week. Y'all know what I mean. So, school, keeping up with the Joneses, because that's what it is. Keeping up with the Joneses can get expensive for parents. And if Sweet 16 wasn't enough, and then graduation parties, and then prom, and I don't know. I don't know what all goes on. Just, you know, let's add bed parties to the list of things that parents are expected to provide for children who are already very well provided for. They have it so good and they don't even know it. They don't even know it. They're so privileged. They're living in, you know, high technology, running water, power, Listen, I come from a time where we might get home and there might not be water. Do you know how many times we got home from school when I was a kid and the lights was off and Mama was like, well, kids, as it just so turns out, I'm not cooking dinner tonight. These kids nowadays know nothing of that. Nothing. Look at this 19th. This shoddy electric work in here. That wire is from like 1922, I swear to God. These kids nowadays know nothing of this. I don't know why that's doing that, but I swear to God, this is a fire hazard. I'm gonna let you look at it. It is beautiful weather. Oh, congratulations, Tammy. First of all, this thing is literally got paint falling off of it. That wire, here, I'm gonna show it to you. It's dry rotted. Look at that. Look at this. Dry rotted. Do y'all see that? Do you see what I'm talking about? That is a major freaking fire hazard. Y'all, I gotta go eat some food. I don't know what's going on with that light. And that part up there is like literally rotted out the top. Did you see that hole? It's crazy. I'm gonna go get some food. And I will call you later. Bye, y'all. Love you guys.